All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we got some red-black Koby action lined up for today. I know a lot of people are really excited to try out this new leader, or they're excited to play it eventually when it comes out for us in the West. But today we're going to be checking out red-black Koby. Yesterday we did blue-yellow Nami. The day before that we did blurple Luffy. I will link those videos in the comments section below if you've not gotten a chance to check those out yet. And then tomorrow we should be doing purple Katakuri, followed by green-yellow Shirahoshi, followed by green Jinbe. So we had a full schedule this week, guys, with all these cool new leaders coming out on the sim. But let's go ahead and hop into today's video. But real quick before we do that, we will be streaming tonight, okay, here on the channel, here on YouTube, from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. We do that every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday now here on YouTube, on the VV Theory channel. We stream from 9 p.m. Eastern to 12 a.m. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Be sure to come check that out if you get bored or if you don't have anything else to do or you just want to hang out, ask questions, guys. I try to answer questions as fast as I can. It's a lot of fun. It's a really fun thing to get into. So be sure to check that out if you get a chance. Now, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. First things first, we are going to head over to the deck list we're going to be running for today's video. We'll break down the cards and all that stuff and the leader, the way the leader works. Notice it's just still a Japanese translation I have for the card on the screen here. We'll talk about what the leader effect does when we get into that portion of the video. After that, we're going to hop over to the sim and check out 5 games on the sim, guys, against all the new leaders from OP11. And then after that, we'll wrap it up by checking out the deck list again. And I'll give you guys my final thoughts on it and the direction I think we should take it moving forward. All right, okay. Now, I'll have everything timestamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant deck lists and links and things like that down in the comments section below. If you guys have any comments, questions, suggestions, or anything like that, please do not hesitate to put that down in the comment section below as well, or hop on the VV Theory Discord. Link is in the channel description. So today's video is sponsored by Nin Garden. Their latest spring collection has just dropped with 3 incredible new designs, and to celebrate, they are running a spring sale where you can buy 1 playmat and get any classic playmat at 40% off with the code SPRINGSALE. All right, so check these out, guys. We got the White Devil playmat for Gundam. We got Yokai on here, and we also have this Heavenly Yaksha one. These are the 3 new playmats being featured in the spring collection. Now, as far as the 40% off deal goes for the classics, these are the 5 right here. You've got 4 Emperors, Sun God, Curse vs. Beast, Kroom, and then Paranormal Final Wave. I'm going to put the promo codes on the screen now. I will, of course, have all this linked down in the comment section and in the general description of this video for you guys to check out at your own leisure. But there's some really cool stuff on here, guys. Be sure to check out Nin Garden when you get a chance. And these codes, these promo codes, they are cumulative. You can use more than one. There's my promo code to use at the checkout for 5% with the VV Theory. Okay, no spaces, the VV Theory. And then you have another promo code for an additional 10% just using NIN10. Again, there's no spaces. And last but not least, you can buy 1 of any playmat and then get a classic playmat, which were these 5, at 40% off with the spring sale code. Okay, guys, be sure to check that out when you get a chance. All right, guys, let's go ahead and break down the deck list for today's video. First up, we'll talk about the leader, but before we even get into that, I want to preface this entire video with a few things. This is just my first take on the deck list. I did come up with this pretty much from scratch. I've seen a few other builds floating around, but this one I just kind of came up with and kind of tweaked a little bit to my liking. But there's plenty of room for improvement in today's deck list, and we will talk about that over the course of the games. Now, real quick, let's break down the leader first, and then we'll go through the deck list. Excuse me. We got Koby here. This is a 5,000 power, 4-life, red-black, navy sword leader, and it has 2 different effects. First one is your sword-type characters can attack characters the turn they are played. Okay, so understand what that means, guys. It doesn't mean you can attack an active character unless you have an effect that allows you to attack an active character. But rested characters, you get to attack right into those with your sword characters. Like notice at the bottom here, guys, this is Peacock here is a navy sword. Hibari is navy sword. Borsellino is, well, film navy, so we wouldn't be able to attack him with this right away, right? But this X-Drake is a navy and sword character, so we can attack straight in whenever we need to. There's a few others as well, like Helmappo, Koby. We'll talk about some of this more as we get to it. But your sword-type characters can attack characters the turn they are played, but it still has to be a legal target. So you can only attack into rested characters unless otherwise specified from another effect that do exist, and we'll talk about them, that allow you to attack into active characters. Now, that's the first effect. The second effect I like even more. Not to say the first one's bad, but the second effect, listen to this, guys. Once per turn, when one of your Navy type characters, so not sword exclusively, but any Navy type character now, with an original power of 7,000 or less is removed from play by your opponent's effects. Instead, you may place 3 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. Guys, that's very powerful, and we do have a lot of ways to fill up the trash we'll talk about. Okay, we're running 4 brand new, we're running 4 Sengoku, and yeah, we have some ways, and then just countering out and everything. We have ways to fill up the trash, even with this Helmeppo trash cards. We'll talk about this when we get to it as well. All right, so the leader is it has a lot of potential. This leader has a lot of potential. I think we just have to find the right combination for it, and who knows, there might be a few cards it's missing that it might get a future set that could take it to the next level. We might, and we'll talk about that more as we get to the end of the video, because I do think, I'm going to say this up front, guys, I feel like it is lacking like maybe 1 or 2 cards that could really push it to the next level, but I'm anxious to hear what you guys say about it in the comment section below. Now, let's do this, guys. Next up is Peacock. This is a 1-cost searcher. It's a 1-cost 0-power searcher with a 1k counter, but it can do a top 5 search for a Navy character. Okay, and then it also has an activate main where you can trash this character and give up one of your other characters plus 1,000 power during this turn. This is a very powerful effect. How do I say this? Just being able to search for one is already good enough. Now, this does not put the cards into your trash. It puts them at the bottom of your deck in any order. But just being able to do that right away, so top 5 search, we grab a Navy card, and then we have this ability on the board to activate main to trash this character, filling up our trash, and giving one of our other characters a plus 1,000 buff for the turn. Now, this activate main says you can only give it to a character. Okay, so just know that you can't buff your leader with this, but still that's still very, very strong. So really good searcher here. Next up is Hibari. This character here is very strong. And let me say this, there are other versions I've seen of the deck that get more value from this character than what I'm getting from it. And I will explain that more as we get down to Sakazuki and Kuzan. We'll talk about this in a moment. It's the reason I'm only running 3 of these, because notice I'm not running the 4-cost Kuzan. Well, for those who are not aware, there's a new 4-cost Kuzan that goes very well in this package here. This one that fills up your trash and allows your up to one of your leaders or Navy characters, up to one of your leaders or characters with a Navy type can attack active characters during this turn. So this is, and that's a win attacking effect. This is a very, very strong card for the deck, and we'll talk about this in a moment. Don't worry, we'll talk about it. But because I'm not running that card, Hibari is not as good in this list, and it's just it has no counter, so it's a brick otherwise. I'm hoping to try to play this out later in the game, where I can just swing into a rested character and get value from it in that way, and I'm trying to take out the bigger active characters with my Sakazuki, and again, we will talk about that in just a moment. But this card, Hibari, is a 5-cost 6k with no counter. It is a Navy Sword searchable character, right? Or I'll just say a Navy Sword character. And it has on play, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. And when attacking, this character gains plus 1,000. So it's a 5-cost that swings for 7 right away, right? Then if your leader has the Navy type, give up to one of your leaders... up to one of your leaders may attack active characters during this turn. So your leader is going to be able to attack into active characters. That is very, very strong, very, very solid. Okay, good stuff there. Next up is Borsalino. This is a 3-cost, 3,000 power, 1k counter blocker. It is Navy searchable, and it has activate main. You may rest this character, and up to one of your Navy type leader or characters can attack active characters during this turn. This card was actually much better than I thought it would be. I thought, like, okay, it's just a 3-cost blocker, to be honest. No, that activate main ends up being really strong, and if they want to attack into Borsalino while he's rested, okay, fine. That's fine, right? We want that because then he acts as a blocker anyway, and he got extra value. This card was incredible. We'll talk more about adding, more copies to this later in the video. Next up is X-Drake. This is just one of the new 6-cost 7k vanilla 2k counters. It's a Navy Sword character, perfect for what we're trying to do here. It's just a nice 2k counter. Next up is Sengoku. This came out in EB02. This is a 7-cost, 7,000 power, 1k counter blocker, and it has on play up to one black Navy type character card with a cost of 4 or less from your trash rested. And it has a 1k counter, guys. It's a 7-cost 7k with 1k counter, and it has blocker, pulls a card from the trash. I'm a really big fan of this card. I'm trying to include it into every Navy deck going forward, at least in one way or another. It might not always work out that way, but I think this card's very strong, but 3 copies might have been a little too much. We'll see what happens. Okay, so Kuzan, Sakazuki, and Borsalino, and brand new. I don't really need to talk about these, right? Even this one cost Sengoku, most people know about by now from ST, what was it, 19, where you can trash 2 black Navy type cards from your hand and then draw 3 cards if your leader's Navy. This card's just incredible at filling up your trash and cycling through your deck. But let me just say one thing real quick. Some of the problems I was running into was going into like Blurple Luffy where they're just going too tall on the board. And again, understand guys, this was just in my initial testing. I'm sure there's better ways to build this deck into Blurple Luffy. And if you guys know of them, say something, down in the comment section below. Give me a heads up what's working for you. But one thing that was working for me was I noticed they weren't running much removal in Blurple Luffy. In fact, not until they get to 9 Dawn, realistically, where they're going to play out the 9 cost Lin Lin, or maybe the 8 cost Luffy and attack in and try to push cards back to my hand, or or whatever. But my leader says, well, sorry, you're not going to do that to my Navy characters. Any of my characters with 7,000 power or less, which is every single character. Every character in this entire deck, other than Koby, has an original power of 7,000 or less and is also Navy. So I don't have to worry about, like, I can save this character one time a turn easily every time, right? As long as I have enough cards in my trash. But Kuzan here, he basically says, okay, whatever you plop down on your bigger turns, I'm not even going to attack with this character early on. I'm just going to leave him active on the field as a looming threat, right? Just a menacing threat for later. And then whenever they go to play out their 9 cost Lin Lin, okay, well, I'm going to swing in for 6 finally. Like, we'll attach 1 Dawn, swing for 6 into Purple Luffy, Blurple Luffy. I'll swing in for 6. I'll -4 the character I want to get rid of, and then I'm going to slam down Sakazuki and get rid of it that way. And that ended up being a pretty decent combo that I ran into. And because we have so much searching now with Peacock, brand new, and even Sengoku, it's like pseudo searching, right? I'm getting to this combo pretty much every game because we're going through quite a few cards. So that's why I'm running this, and you guys will see it in action. It's a pretty decent combo. Kuzan has always been decent. It replaces itself, and now we have a way to get it back within the Navy package with Sengoku, so we can even get it back later, draw additional cards from it. Because think about it, you end up playing this out, Sengoku, for 7 Dawn, you're playing out a 7k blocker, which is really nice, and then you're cheating out a Kuzan from your trash, which is drawing you a card. So you go up the card you played from your hand for the turn, and you have 2 bodies on the board. This is just a really nice combo. You can also get back a blocker potentially. That's fine as well. It just has some really nice synergy. And then Sakazuki's just good in general. It always kind of has been. And now that we have some decent draw power within Navy, I mean, I guess you could call it that, right? Draw power, where you have Peacock here for just, doing some searching, brand new doing some searching, and even Helmeppo does a cycle a little bit there. Sengoku draws through some cards. It has a lot of ways to keep our hand size decent, especially with this Kuzan. So this doesn't seem as bad anymore. I will say that. This did not feel as bad anymore as it used to. Okay, then Borsalino, of course, you know what that does. So Aramaki, I think I referenced this a little bit earlier. This is a 2K counter that came out in OP11 for Navy. Really useful 2K counter here, guys. Activate main. You may trash this character. If your leader has the Navy type, choose up to one of your characters with the Navy type. That character can attack active characters during this turn and then trash 2 cards from the top of your deck. So you're going to fill 3 cards up in your trash because you're going to trash this character as well in the process, and then 2 from the top of your deck. And now you have a character that can attack into active. Really, really powerful. Okay, we'd rather use it as a 2K counter, but having the extra utility never hurts. Okay, then we have Helmeppo. This is a new card from OP11, 6 cost, 7,000 power, Navy sword character. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand, and then draw 1 card, and play up to 1 sword type character with a cost of 8 or less from your trash other than Helmeppo. Then at the end of this turn, place 1 character played out by this effect to the bottom of its owner's deck. Very, very strong card for tempo. The big target to bring out is this Koby we'll talk about in a minute. But just know you're developing a 6 cost 7k. You're trashing a card, filling up your trash. Well, I guess not really, because you are going to play a card from your trash and bottom deck it. But still, you're playing a card into the trash to use with this effect. You're drawing a card in the process. You're playing out this big body. It's really not too bad. It's actually pretty good. Okay, and it does only target sword characters. Understand that, guys? So we can't try something real, too cheeky with like the Sengoku or the Sakazuki or the Kuzan here. It does need to be a sword character, okay? Now, this is just a 2K counter. Bogard, unfortunately, he's not sword as well. That would have been really nice to have that. But hey, it's still a 6 cost, 7K, 2K counter. Navy card. You can replace this with literally whatever you want to be honest, guys. It's up to you. But I would probably try to keep it a black 2K counter. Maybe like Suru or something like that to combo more with the Sakazuki. Being able to hit a 7 cost target very easily with that. Or even bigger with Kuzan. Okay, next up we have to talk about Koby. Probably one of my favorite new cards for Black Navy. Maybe it is my favorite new card, even over this Sengoku, who I really like. But guys, check this out. It is an 8 cost, 9,000 power character with an on play. Up to one of your characters can attack one of your opponent's active characters this turn. Okay, so understand that. He still doesn't have Rush. Okay, so it's not like he can attack this turn. The thing that gives him, pseudo Rush is this effect. Your sword type characters can attack characters the turn they are played. Okay, so we're playing this card out, and now he will be able to attack the turn he has played as long as it's a legal target. Well, what if they don't have any rested targets to attack into? No problem. On play, up to one of our characters here can attack one of your opponent's active characters this turn. So he kind of gets around that all by himself with his own leader effect. Koby and Koby, it's a perfect match, right? Then, when attacking, you may return 2 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order, so you do have to start filling up, taking cards away from your trash, unfortunately. But you're going to be able to give your leader or up to one of your characters plus 1,000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. That effect is very powerful, guys. That effect is very strong. So this character here kind of doubles over as removal, as a big body. It's also a great character to cheat out with Helmeppo. We can throw this into, Helmeppo can throw this card into the trash and then play it from its own effect here with Helmeppo's effect. Then give this character the ability to attack into active. I'm struggling, guys. And then we'll attack in from there with it, get the full value, buff up our leader or buff up the character, whatever, do what you have to do, and go about things that way. Really, really powerful. Okay, big fan of the art on this as well. The art looks absolutely incredible. Then we have Sengoku here, filling up our trash, like we said earlier, and drawing cards. Very strong cycle card. And last but not least, we are running 2 of the 6 cost OP11 Honesty Impact. It's a Navy sword card. It's Navy searchable is the main thing. It's activate main, or I guess I should just say main. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 4,000 power during this turn. Then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 6,000 power or less. So you can use this to just pay 6 and get rid of a 10,000 power character. That deals with a lot of stuff Blurple Luffy's playing. It deals with anything Blurple Luffy's playing currently, even the 9 cost 10k Luffy, right? But it also helps out in other ways where you can double this up against decks that go a little wider on the board. I'll give minus 4,000 power to this big character that's sideways, dropping him down 4,000, and then I'll pop another character that has 6,000 power or less. So it has a lot of utility, and the trigger can pop a 6,000 power or less character. Really, really powerful effect here. This is a good one. Okay, that's it, guys. Let's check out some games on the sim now. That's enough yapping. We will revisit the list at the end of the video, and I'll tell you guys what I think after play testing. Okay, here we go, guys. First game is up against Blurple Luffy. I think we're going to imagine seeing this leader quite a bit in the future, unless something happens. You never know. Volume is off. Speed is on 2x, and here we go. All right, that hand looks kind of menacing, right, guys? The hand looks pretty menacing. So let's see what Luffy decides to do here. I think they're going to be going first. Yeah, they get to go first this game. I don't know if we want to go first or second, to be completely honest, but I think going second is better. Look at that. We end up getting... We drew a brand new from the top of our deck. We'll take it every time. Brand new searches us up a Borsalino, but then we can go straight into Kuzan, straight into Sakazuki. We've got a pretty decent curve here for the deck. They're going to swing in for 7, it looks like, and have 2 Dawn left over. Let's see what they choose to do with that. We're going to take it. And 2 Dawn left. Let's see what they do. They're going to pass the turn. I don't know what that was all about, guys. I don't think that was the right play unless they had nothing else in their hand. So we're going to play out the Kuzan right on curve. Seems good. We have a perfect 2-4-6 curve if we need it. They're going to play out the Bon Kare Mr. 2 Bentham. Excuse me. They are going to ramp a Dawn with that. They're going to swing 6. And they keep leaving 2 Dawn as active. Maybe it's going to be for like Thunder Bagua or something. I'm not exactly sure, guys. Not exactly sure. We're going to play out the Sakazuki here, trashing the Borsalino, KOing their guy. And we just had a perfect 2-4-6 curve. That feels nice. And we have an 8 cost play to play out as well. And that's kind of what I was going for with this version of the list. Okay, here we go. They're going to swing in for 8 with their Monkey D. Luffy. They're going to trash a card. They're going to try to bounce one of my cards back to my hand. We're not going to let that happen. We're actually just going to save it with the Koby's effect, and we're going to probably just take this 8K hit here. They attach a Dawn to their leader. They're going to swing for 12, and we can go 2K, 1K here to get out of this if we need to, and we do. I think that was the right call. All right, we got a few options here, guys. We got a few options here. We're going to swing for 6 at their leader, starting to take cards out of their hand. -4 to the Luffy. They give me a 1K counter. We'll take it. We'll swing for 6 more. Again, guys, we're just taking cards out of their hands, right? We're taking cards out of their hand. That's a 2K counter Usohachi. We'll swing it for 7. They take that one. We have 6 Dawn left. Whoops, I almost clicked the wrong target there. That would have been unfortunate. Playing out the Sakazuki, trashing the Hibari, KOing their Luffy. And our board's getting pretty big, right? This board is getting pretty big. They do have some options here to try to go for the board, though. They do have some options here. Let's see what they do. They were able to set their top 5 cards there. They were using their leader effects, setting up their cards. They're going to use the Charlotte Linlin to bounce my 4-cost Kuzan here. And I think I'm going to let it happen, even though I can use the leader effect, but I'm going to let it happen to save it to protect other stuff. Because okay, now that I'm back up to 3 life, I'll just take that hit from the 6K attack, totally negate their attack, and I can replay it out this turn if I need to. So we're going to swing in for 6. That is the name of the game here. I am just going to keep attacking my opponent's life here, taking a card out every time or taking a life every time. That is the play. That is my plan here. Okay, they use a Gear 2 very early. We're going to play out the 8-cost Koby here. We're going to allow him to attack into active. We're going to swing 11 into this 9-cost Charlotte Linlin. Then we'll swing for 7. We timed that in an exact way where they had 2 cards in hand, and I was swinging 11 into 9, so they were going to have to give me both cards from their hand to save it, if they even could have. All right, so in this situation here, I think they did whiff the top search, if I remember this game correctly. And that is not what you want to see in this situation, guys, because look at our board. There was a time where I don't know if they fully whiffed the search, but I think they bottom decked the remaining 4 cards. I think it was that turn right there. We'll see what happens. Because I think they're going to play out a Sanji here, and it's not going to hit. It was a Gum Gum Giant on top of their deck. Well, they can't use that. And now they have no tempo this turn. Like I said, they had to put those cards to the bottom of their deck because they didn't see anything they wanted, and they were going to go for a blind rip here. Okay, we're going to take both of these. We got an Honesty Impact if we need it. Now let's see what our opponent chooses to do here. We actually don't have to go for game. So guys, we don't actually have to go for game here. We're going to poke for 6 and see what they give us for information, because we can get rid of one of these Sanjis on the board very easily and with the Honesty Impact and go from there. They took that hit, though. Okay, well, in that case, we're going to swing 8 into 6. They're going to Gum Gum Giant early just to get out of an 8K attack. Well, now they're basically giving me the go-ahead, the green light, to go all in here. So let's go ahead and swing in for 10. We can still get rid of one of these cards if we need to, but at the same time, what will that do? We might be in too much trouble if we don't go through here. Yeah, so we're going to swing 12, swing 13. So we're going to swing 12. Watch this. They get a trigger, guys, to Stand to Dawn is active, and all of a sudden I'm sweating, thinking, oh, man, that's not good, but we're fully in. We're fully committed. There's nothing we can do here. We have to go all in. 13 into 6. They're going to Gear 2. Then they're going to go +1. And I think +2, and I think they don't have it. Look at that, +3, and they still almost got out of it. That was outrageous, guys. All because they were able to hit that trigger to give them a Dawn. They almost got out of that. If it was a Gum Gum Giant, they win the game. If it was another Gum Gum Giant, they would have won the game right there. But good game to my opponent. That was a tough one for both of us, for sure. Blurple Luffy is an absolute menace right now, guys, okay? All right, so that was the first one. Let's go ahead and go to the next game. That was versus Blurple Luffy. Now we got a game versus Blue Yellow Nami. Okay, volume is off. Speed is on 2x. Here we go. So again, I'm always searching for that quick, curve out here. So Sin Goku here is nice. So we're on the odd curve this time, so we didn't get to go the even curve. But that's okay. We're going to swing in for 5 more. And right here, I think we're going to use out a Sin Goku here. Or excuse me, yeah, brand new first. That makes sense. Fill up the trash a little bit. We'll trash some cards here. I think we trash both Kobys because we do have a Helmeppo in hand if we need to get those back. Our trash is completely full. They're going to swing for 9. That's interesting. Probably not the best play in the world, right? But they can trash a card from hand to go plus 2,000 for the turn. We're going to just hard cast Hibari here. No special tricks. We're just going to get that on the board for later. And let's see what they choose to do. They have 6 cards in hand. They're going to use out Zeus. I'm going to use the effect to save my Hibari. We'll put those 3 on the bottom of the deck. They're going to swing in for 5. We probably should counter out of this. Yeah, we give them a 1k counter Peacock there. And here we go. They have no Dawn attached to their leader, so they cannot use the leader effect to trash a card to go plus 2,000. We're going to swing for 5 here. We're going to swing for 7. I think I probably should have swung into the Zeus, but do I really care? I don't think so. It takes their own life. Yeah, you can have that. Right here, we're going to play out the Helmeppo. We'll trash one of these Sakazukis. We'll get this Koby on the board. We're going to swing into it. I'm going to go 10 into this card. I don't want them saving this card. I can't let them do that. We get rid of that, and that's fine. Now we have full board control. And what are they going to do? They're going to start off by swinging for 6 into that. 6 into 6, I'm going to give them a 1k there. Okay, they play out a Charlotte Lindland. I am taking that hit, and now we are going to be able to get even more aggressive. We will attack in for 7, making our leader able to attack into active characters. And let's see what we do now. We'll swing for 7 more into 7. They give us a 1k. We'll play out the Koby here. Allow him to attack into active characters. I'm going to use the effect, put 2 on the bottom of the deck, give him plus there, and then we're going to swing for 6 into 2. So some people might have, I think I should have, so let me say something real quick, guys. I should have given the plus 1,000 to my leader, Koby. Bear with me, guys. I don't have the deck fully figured out. I know people love to, criticize the play sometimes, and it's good. That's how we learn, right? Constructive criticism is the way to learn. But bear with me. I understand. We should have gave the plus 1,000 to our leader and given the extra Dawn to the character to attack into their the Lindland. Okay, I get it. I know. You're right. For everyone saying that, no, you're right. You're right. All right, they're going to swing for 8 here. Let's see what they choose to do. 8 into 7. We're not going to let them have this. And then after that, they do let it, they just give up because they only have a 2k counter in hand. I mean, they can play out a blocker. They left a little bit too early. But at this point, what are they going to do? They don't know this, but I have a Sakazuki in hand. Whatever they play out, it's gone. Whatever they play out, anything that matters, like this blocker to try to stop me. If they play out this blocker right here to try to stop me, I'm actually just going to get rid of it with my Sakazuki. And I even have a Borsalino in hand, a 3-cost Borsalino. I can attack into whatever I want to this turn, if we need to do that. But yeah, good game to my opponent. That was a tough one there. Okay, so that was versus Blue-Yellow Nami. Now we got a game versus Green-Yellow Shirahoshi. I can't wait to show you guys my games of Green-Yellow Shirahoshi. That was a very fun deck to play. I do have the games already done. We just have to wait for our time to get to it. But this is a very fun deck to play, the Green-Yellow Shirahoshi. Red-Black Koby as well. But I did not expect to have so much fun playing Shirahoshi. Okay, here we go. So I think we are just going to try to get an attack off into this Shirahoshi, but they have the blocker. Yeah, so never mind. So we play out this card. We swing. If we swing in, they just block with Megalo. There's nothing we can do there. Okay, so we're just going to develop the Kuzan here so we can start attacking the board next turn. Well, if we get some card draw. So, guys, how funny is it? We were talking about how, okay, we're running Peacock, we're running Brand New, we're running Sengoku. I didn't see any of those 12 cards in this game. Very unfortunate. We'll swing 5 into 0. They give me the blocker, which is very interesting. So that does make me want to do things a little bit differently because I do have the Helmeppo here. We're going to cash in on that value right now, guys. We're going to trash the Koby, and we are going to get full value right here. We're going to go 9 into 6. I can't give it the +1 because I don't have any cards in my trash. Right, so they let that go. We swing into their entire board right there, guys. We just went into everything on the board there. They're going to give me a 2k counter to save the Megalo, but I don't care if they save Megalo, right? The Megalo card, it's really strong, but it's a 2,000 power card on their turn. They're not going to attack with it. You can have that card saving it by, throwing cards away from your hand. Okay, they did get a Lord of the Coast, or they reveal a Lord of the Coast at the top of their life. They're going to give this character Rush. Seems good. We do aggressively counter out because I don't expect them to be able to attack again for the turn. And they were not able to. And here we go. They play out Lord of the Coast, keeping my Helmeppo rested. We finally get a Searcher. We snag a Sakazuki. Seems pretty good. We're going to swing 0 into 0. Let's see if he wants to give us this. Yeah, he did not want to give us anything there. And we can actually play out the Sakazuki and get rid of this, what's the card? Whatever that 6-cost AK vanilla card is. They very wisely choose not to block because we could have attacked into the Megalo with our leader at that point. But now we are going to force them to do something here. They just take it. That's fine. We'll play out Sakazuki. We'll trash a card in hand, the Borsalino, getting rid of the 6-cost AK vanilla. And our board It's pretty good. Hey, our board's pretty good, guys. I'm not going to lie. 6 cost 7K, 6 cost 7K, and a 4 cost 5K. All right, the Jinbe is pretty good, for sure. The Jinbe is pretty good. They swing 5 into 5 here. We are going to save it and force him to attack into it with the Jinbe. They're revealing the top card of their deck, and they're going to attack into it. Now we're going to have to give it to him. He can have the Kuzan, but we can also bring that back this turn with a Sengoku. Okay, so right here, I don't know what exactly. I was going to say, I think we need to swing for 6 into 5. They have 2 6K blockers, so I think we just need to do that. 6K into 6K and go about things like that. Now we're going to go 8K, or excuse me, it was 6K into 6K, and then it was going to be 8K into whatever's left. It's just, I'm just going to keep getting these cards from their hand. They should give me Megalo here. Okay, they give me a card from hand. We'll take it. We're going to go ahead and play out the Sengoku. We have a blocker now. We get back the Kuzan. We have 4 life. We're not exactly in jeopardy of losing the game, but hey, my opponent is in a lot of trouble right now. They're going to swing for 7 into what? They do rest down my blocker. Very annoying. I think I need to counter out of this and just keep as many targets alive as possible. Okay, well, I can save that one too, and now you can have whatever character you want to, because next turn I am going to have a lot of attacks coming in. Okay, I think they should have stood there. Oh, they couldn't stand up their blocker guy. I can't remember his name. The Chanmage or something like that. Well, if that's the case, we can just go right at the board now. So we'll go 6 into 6. This is all going to go through. I don't know how else to say it. All of this is going through. So we'll swing 6 into there. They let it go. Now we swing 8 into 8. He only has 1 card left in hand. There's a blocker. So in this situation, we're still going to keep going with the attacks. Let's see what we choose to go, though. Yeah, go 8 into 8. Yeah, so their last card is not even a... they're going to pass there. So their last card was not even a counter. We saw what it was. It was a Yamato. We saw it on top of their life. So we were able to kind of... I guess, you know... I was able to deduce that in the attack, but even if it was a counter, I don't think it matters. You just play out the Helmeppo here. I actually played out a Peacock, so that way we could buff our Helmeppo to attack into the 8K for the final attack there, and we would have gotten to draw a card from it. Seems good. That was a really fun game there. We had full control. Shirahoshi is probably not going to do well into decks that have a lot of removal, but against decks that don't have a lot of removal, it's actually a very fun leader, the green-yellow Shirahoshi. Okay, we got 2 more games here. We got a game versus Purple Katakuri. Volume's off. Speed is on 2x. And here we go. Okay, now this game, remember guys, last game we did not get any searchers until the end of the game. So we're going to play out Peacock. I think we're just going to grab Sakazuki. It's just a great way to ensure the mid game. So we did some searching there with Peacock. We fixed our hand with Sengoku. Seems good. Not a bad start. They swing for 6. We are going to 2K counter out early because I don't think we should go down too low against Purple Katakuri. They have a very strong late game. Purple Katakuri has a very strong late game. Okay. Borsalino, we're going to play out the blocker here. That Charlotte Perospero is very good. Pause and read that card if you don't know what it does. We are going to take this hit this time. That's fine. They're going to use the effect of Perospero. They're going to return cards back. Very nice interaction for our opponent there. And now they have information about what's on the top of our deck. Seems good. But hey, we're going to swing in for 5. We're doing just fine. We still have Sakazuki. Sakazuki being able to pop a 5-cost character is actually massive right now, guys. It is actually massive. We're going to trash one of these Helmeppos to get rid of that card. We already have another Helmeppo. The rest of our hand is just straight counter power. And now they have another Perospero. That's unfortunate. They're going to swing for 7. I think we might block here. Nope, we take it. Just kidding. But now we have some options. Now that we still have the Borsalino, we actually have some options here with this Hibari. Let's see if I choose to do this correctly. Let's see if I choose to do this correctly. I might have other ideas here. Yeah, I do like the idea of developing a bigger body in Helmeppo as well, though. So we'll have to see. So we're going to swing for 5. Let's see what they give us here. They're just going to, I think, did they Dawn -1 there to just go up with their leader effect? I don't remember. Or I didn't quite see it. We'll swing in for 7. We'll play out the Helmeppo here. We're going to trash the Hibari, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the, the Koby out of the trash. We're going to go for this board here. We are going to swing 11 into 7. Let's see if he wants to give me some cards. We'll get rid of those 2 Helmeppos. We're going 11 into 7. Let's see what he wants to give me here. He could probably counter out of this. It's very possible. Nope, he just lets that card go, and I'm fine with that. Now we're going to make it where we can attack into active characters with this Helmeppo, with our Borsalino, play out the Sengoku, fix our hand a little bit, and that also messes up his knowledge of the top of my deck now. but he's going to attack in. He gets the knowledge with the leader effect right away. Seems good. All right, here we go. Let's see what we do here. They have an 8,000 power blocker on the board. That's a pretty good card. I sure would like to have my 4-cost Kuzan right now. That would be really nice. But here we go. We swing for 7. We'll probably swing for... We'll swing for 8 now. He had a chance to get a free block there with the Katakuri, but he's going to choose to do things like that right there, whatever he just chose to do. And now we're going to be able to swing in with this Koby directly into his Katakuri. And I'm going to swing for 11. I get 2 2K counters out of hand. I know a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people on the sim buff their leader Koby. I like just buffing my characters and just going aggressively for their board, because now he cannot get that Koby. He cannot attack into that Koby. It's not going to happen. Okay, we'll give him a 1K counter here. Let's see if he wants to attack in 9 into 7. We can actually save this, guys, and we will. We'll give him double 2K counter if we have to. Seems good, and now we can keep on the pressure. Okay, we can keep on the pressure. All right, we're going to swing for 6 into 5. He's got to give me something here. Probably, I would use Katakuri right there. I would use the Katakuri, but then again, if he does that, I'm going to attack into the Katakuri. So it is a tough call. We're swinging for 8s here. We're getting full value. He does have a queen blocker too, though, and that will matter. Okay, now we're going into that character. Any character that goes sideways, guys, we're going into it. Now, he can block with the queen. That's fine, but he can always do that. Okay, so we're going to return 2 cards from our deck, from our trash to the bottom of our deck. We're going 10 into 8. He's probably going to give us the queen blocker. That's fine. And now we're going to play out the Sengoku. Cheating out another Sengoku. Trashing the 2 cards we have in our hand. I'm like, should I do this? I'll lose 2K counter. I think I actually, I think I choose to not do the effect maybe. Yeah, I think I'm like, you know, let me keep the two counters in hand. I have a 2K and a 1K counter in hand. We'll just keep that, and one of them is a very big blocker, so that will help out. They're going to swing 7 into that. We'll just let it go, sure, because they can't really go into my Koby. Now, right here, this is a very hard decision, but they have 2 more 8K attacks. I'm just going to have to let it go. I'd rather him attack into my face with this Katakuri, and I just take it, or I could block 2K counter. Oh, never mind. I could not block 2K counter because he gave it 1 Dawn. We're going to go ahead and take that one, and now, though, we have to... Oh, nice, and that was a great top deck with Koby. So now we have the opportunity to really, you know, lay on some damage here. Let's see what he chooses to do. We'll swing in for 6 first. If he wants to give me a blocker, we will attack into that. He's going to use his leader effect and buff by 1,000 more. Now he knows the top card of our deck, but hey, we're going to have to go in for 9 here. Let's see what he gives me. We use the effect. We're coming in for 10. Just waiting on our opponent here. This is a very tough call. I would take this 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, maybe even like 99 times out of 100, I take this hit here because he has 3 insanely good blockers on the board. I think that was the right call, and now we're going to be able to attack in to these blockers with this Koby. All right, here we go. So we're going to make him able to attack, and we are going to swing for the high heavens here, trying to get at least one of these off the board. Because if we can get through at least one of these Kobys here, that should be enough to, or excuse me, if we can swing through one of these Katakuris, we should be fine. Where, okay, we can block 1 hit, take 1 hit, counter out of the last hit. Theoretically, that's what's going through my head. Okay, and they just play out another Katakuri. I think they probably should have tried to go for a game there, but they chose not to. Okay, well, if that's the case, then all we have to do now is, yeah, okay, we're just going to take that. It's a 2K counter, beautiful. And then we counter out, and now we will use this to get out of this one. We save everything, and that's it, guys. Now, what are they going to do? I have no idea, but they're going to have to stop every one of these attacks. We're going 9 into 5. I don't care if he saves his Katakuri now. It doesn't matter to me. I'm swinging 9 4 times, and this game's over. Actually, with his leader effect, he can actually get out of a 9, can he? I just now thought about that. If he has 2 2K counters in hand, guys, I just thought about this. He can get to 10K. Wow. Okay, so we're going to swing for 10. Don't worry. The past version of me already accounted for that, apparently. Very nice. He only had a single 2K counter. Good game to my opponent. That was a tough one. Those 8-cost Katakuris, real strong. Really, really strong. Okay, we got one more game. We got a game versus Jinbe. All right, here we go. I don't know why I said it like that. Jinbe. No, we got Jinbe here, guys. Volume is off. Speed is on 2x, and here we go. Now, I think black is pretty much just it is a very strong counter to green. It just is. That's just how the game, that's part of the balance and design in this game, or design and balance in this game. So yeah, that's just something they're going to have to deal with, I guess. I don't know. But here we go. So we played out Peacock on turn 1. We fixed our hand a little bit. We did some searching. We're going to play out Brand New, get some more searching done. Play out a Sengoku. I think we're going to trash both of these. Probably Kuzan and the Helmeppo. Oh, no, okay, Helmeppo and Borsalino. I do like that as well, because now we can play out the Kuzan to draw a card and have a threat for the next turn. Whatever they play this turn, we're going to be able to... Actually, excuse me, we're only on the... we'll only be on a 5-Dawn turn next turn. Never mind. I was going to say we'll be able to get rid of anything with Sakazuki, but we're actually just going to be able to swing into this board now. So they play out the... they play out this 3-cost blocker, which rests down a 1-cost or lower character, and seems good. They get rid of Peacock there. We'll swing 1 into 0. We'll swing 3 into 2, and now we can play out a Sengoku. Actually, I think we should play out the Kuzan first. Okay, swing first. That's the correct... sequencing. We'll swing for 5 first, then we can play out the Kuzan, then we can do a search with the Sengoku. Or not a search, but cycle with Sengoku. Alright, so we get another Sengoku. We're going to trash the 2K counter Aramaki and the other Sengoku to just draw 3 cards. Seems good. Seems good. We got a blocker now. We've got another 2K counter. We've got... Our hand's pretty stacked, you know, all things considered. They swing in 8 into 5. We are not going to let him have that. We're going to fully save this card. We're not letting him have the Kuzan. Not this early, guys. It's not happening. Okay. So right here, we can actually use the Hibari. Let's see how we choose to do this. The blocker that they have is actually very complicated. It complicates the situation quite a bit. So we're going to swing for 5. We're going to swing for 5. Swing for 6, and we're just going to get rid of this Jinbe. Just get rid of it. We'll trash a card from hand. We get rid of the Hibari, and we just get rid of that card. So you guys kind of see the way I'm playing this deck versus the way some other decks I played it with the other 4-cost Kuzan, and we will talk about that more right after this game when we go into when we talk about the how to play the deck. Now, I think that was a play mistake or something. Oh, no, it was not. They tried to get rid of our Sakazuki, resting it down with the Noah... Yeah, so they tried to get rid of our Sakazuki with Vanderdecken and Noah's Ark combo. Bad news. My leader effect can save everything in this deck, like I said, other than Koby. It's the only card it cannot save with its effect is Koby. But that's fine. That card's already big enough to you know, it can kind of look out for itself most of the time. Good game to my opponent there. Do you guys understand what happened? They had an entire play set up where it's like, okay, Noah's Ark, tap down your board. They were going to completely clear out my board. For the most part, they probably were going to swing 5 into the Brand New. I wouldn't even go 5 into the Kuzan, but they can if they want to. I would actually just go 5 into Brand New. I'd let it go. I'd go 4. I would actually go 4 into their stuff with the little blocker there into the Sengoku just to clear out the board, and they were going to try to KO the Sakazuki with the Vanderdecken's effect, trashing a card from hand. It did not matter though, because, or actually they could trash the Noah's Ark right off the board, and then it didn't matter though because we can actually save Sakazuki with our leader's effect. And once he realized that, he said, okay, the game's over then, because I just can't, you know, that was a big part of surviving there. Good game to my opponent. I've had that before where, you know, it's like, okay, this is my last ditch effort. If I can't get rid of this, I'm just going to be too far behind to really pull this back, especially looking at what's in his hand. Yeah, that was probably not going to go well for them, because if they play out of Shanks, I can just save the character again next turn. That's right. Incredible effect on Koby being able to protect your board like that. Okay, good game to my opponent there. That was a rough one. All right, so here is the deck list. So let me just say something right now about this list. I am building it in a little bit more of a hybrid style where we have the ways to attack into active characters with Hibari, Kuzan. By the way, I don't think we saw Hibari in action even one time. Maybe one game we saw it really do something, because this version is not really focusing on Hibari. With that in mind, I think going forward, if we continue with this pattern of the deck, it'll probably be -1 Hibari for one more of these Kuzans and go about things pretty much just like this, because the list felt pretty good like this. The other thing I would consider too is dropping these for the 1-cost Suru 2K counter in this version of the deck. Either this Suru or even the 5-cost T-Bone. Where's T-Bone at? I know he's in here somewhere. Oh well, wherever that card is, I'm about to just type in T-Bone. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to... Oh, here it is. It's at the very front. So T-Bone here is a 5-cost 5K Navy searchable card, 2K counter. And remember, with this leader effect, we can actually save the T-Bone from being removed. So at least once per turn. So we can play him down, pop something. If we have this Kuzan down, we can use the... Where'd he go? We can use the T-Bone to pop a 6-cost character. That's not a small character. So that's something we will definitely need to probably look more into going forward. All right, what else? Excuse me. Now, with all things considered, I think that this Kuzan, or this Borsalino, is going to be gone in this deck for the other one. This new 3-cost Borsalino already does what we need it to do that the other 4-cost Borsalino was trying to do, and it's 1 cost cheaper. Now, it's true that the 4-cost black Borsalino, this one right here, this is a bigger card than this Borsalino is. That is a fact. But here's the thing. The main thing that makes this Borsalino so strong is it can't be removed by KO effects. Well, wait a minute. With our leader, none of our cards can, right? Legitimately, none of our cards can be removed, at least once per turn, as long as we can fill up our trash. So with that in mind, I actually really like this Borsalino in this version of the deck better than this one. Yes, this one is a little bit bigger, and it was another target we could grab back with Sengoku, but at the same time, I don't know if we necessarily need that for what we're trying to do here. I don't know if we actually need that or not. So with that in mind, I think another thing, speaking of Sengoku, I think we might actually go down 1 Sengoku here, and I think we might also go down maybe a single Borsalino, because I don't think we need a bunch of these. Maybe we go down 1 Borsalino here, and I think we can go up this other Kuzan. This other Kuzan here is very strong. And now let's shift the focus of the deck over to the more power-based version of the deck, where you're manipulating power and attacking into active characters. Then you need to go 4 of this Koby, and then you don't need, or excuse me, 4 of this Kuzan, and then you don't need any of this Kuzan. So you see what's happening here? If you're trying to go more of a, if you don't really want to do anything cost-based, that's completely fine. That's actually completely fine. Don't go anything cost-based. And you can just drop this Sakazuki, drop this Kuzan. So drop these 4 Kuzan here for 2 more Kuzans here and 2 Hibaris here. Drop these 3 Sakazukis, and you can go up more of the, I don't know, you can go up a lot. Let me just type in sword real quick. You can also try out this Koby, for example. Let me read this, because this is what a lot of people are playing. This is a 7-cost, 7,000 power, 1k counter blocker. Or excuse me, blocker, what am I saying? 1k counter, and it has opponent's turn. This character gains minus 3,000 power. So on your opponent's turn, this is a 7-cost 4k. It's going to be very easy for your opponent to take out, but that probably won't matter much because it's a great target for your Helmeppo's interaction. Right. So, but then it has a when attacking. If your leader has the Navy type, your leader's original power becomes 7,000 until the end of your opponent's next turn. So you'll basically be a 7,000 power leader swinging in for 7 with this character. You have a lot of good stuff going on there for you. So again, if you're trying to make this deck a little bit more based around the attacking into active characters idea, let me show you what that looks like. It will be, okay, we don't need the Surus anymore. We don't need the Kuzans. We don't need the Sakazukis. So at that rate, we probably do go up 4 of these, and then we go up 4 of the other Kuzan. We go up to 4 of this Kuzan. Then we go up the Hibari. Where do they go? 5 costs. Here we go. We go up to these, and we still have 3 spots left. You'll have to pick and choose if you like the Sengoku or not. I think this one's actually fine. I think as a 2 of, it's a pretty nice card in here, all things considered. It's a 7-cost 7k blocker you can play out on curve if you need to, if you have a more commanding position in the game. And then with this card, if they do get rid of your Kuzan earlier on, however they get rid of it, okay, no problem. We can actually play out the Sengoku, playing this card out, and this will be another target for them to attack into. We can protect it with the Sengoku, and it fills up our trash for 3 cards. So I don't think this is actually that bad of a card in this deck, just period, no matter which version of the deck you're running. And then we also need to go up the 3-cost Borsalino. Or do we? Maybe at this point, maybe we do keep it at 3. Let me see, though. Because we do want to, with this version of the list, we still want to have some 2K counters. Oops, C2, I was going to say C2K. C2000, there we go. We probably do want to add maybe 4 more black 2K counters, because we want to have more potential targets for our Sengoku. That is a very, very big deal. And with that in mind, maybe we go something... I don't know, to be honest. Maybe we go like a 5-cost 6k with a 2k counter, or we could go this. Actually, hang on. We could go this guy. This guy, very good. This will help your matchup into the mirror match for sure, because you're going to make them put 3. Oh wait, no. This is for event cards. This is really more for, it's more of a Nami tech card. So maybe we will just put 2 of these in. So that puts us at 10 2k counters. We have 4 X-Drake, 4 Aramaki, and 2 Very Good. I don't know. There is some options there. But other than that, there is one more 2K counter to talk about. It's this guy, Prince Gruss. It's a 1-cost 2,000 power 2K counter. Has when attacking, all of your opponent's characters with a power of 2,000 or less cannot activate blocker for the rest of the turn. So this is an option. I'm not a huge fan of this card. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not a huge fan of this card, but it's not a bad card. It's not terrible. It's just not really great. But if you do want to add a, if you don't care about fixing like the red to black ratio in this list for Sengoku, then maybe go up the Prince Gruss. Or Prince Gruss, I don't know. Or even if you want to, just take out all these X-Ricks and run the Prince Gruss. But at the same time, remember, guys, you can pull this card out of the trash with your Helmeppo if you need to attack into cards on the board, and that's a 7K body. I do think this card has more utility than most people give it credit for. I know a lot of people don't really care too much for this card, but I think it's pretty good. Very good is just, like I said, this is probably just a good 2K counter, a quality, you know, utility 2K counter. In fact, one thing I might even suggest is maybe take down X-Drake down to 3 and go up. Let me go back to all the Navy cards and maybe go up. Oh, there's a huge card we're missing out on, guys. I can't believe. I bet everyone's yelling in the comment section. I almost forgot this card. And that's what I was saying. This is a card I wanted to mention. There is room for improvement in this list, and we are going to talk about that now with Doll. But hang on, let me fix the 2K counter package real quick because I want to sit around 10 2K counters. Hang on 1 second though, guys. We'll add, what was I looking for? Very good. I think Very Good will be a good addition to this list. Some people might be laughing about that, or who knows, this card, no, I'm not going to mess with this card right now. But I think Very Good would be a good 2K counter in case we have to go against Nami. That way we'll be able to have some kind of counter to that matchup. It's a Navy searchable 2K counter. We can pull it out of the trash if we need to with something like Sengoku as well. That becomes incredible later in the game, right? Versus something like Nami. We can just start recycling this card with something like Sengoku. It has a lot of potential, right? Okay. Now, there's one card we were missing out on, and like I said, I'm sure everyone was yelling about this in the comment section. First of all, is Tashigi. We'll go to Doll in a second. Hang on. Tashigi is a 1-cost 1K 1,000 power 1,000 counter. Navy character, activate main. You may rest this character if your leader has the Navy type. Give up to one of your characters with the Navy type plus 2,000 power during this turn. That's okay. I'm really not a huge fan of that. Or this other smoker. I'll even mention this. This new smoker I'm not a huge fan of. It's a 4-cost 5,000 power 1K counter blocker. And it has Dawn ×1. This character cannot be KO'd by effects of characters without the... excuse me. This character cannot be KO'd by effects of characters without the special attribute. So it's kind of weird. We can already kind of get around that with our Koby's leader effect. So I'm not a huge fan of this card. I would rather go... Is this Navy? Oh, Neo Navy. That's a Zephyr there. I'd rather not go this card, but this new Doll card here, let's check this out real quick. 4-cost, 1,000 power, 1K counter blocker. On play, you may trash one card from your hand, and if your leader has the Navy type, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 6,000 power during this turn. So this card right here, I'm thinking about adding this into the deck for sure. I definitely want to add this into the deck. But I think I'm gonna remove 2 of these 7-cost Koby card because I feel like this is a little I don't know. You guys tell me what y'all think of that Koby here. I'm gonna leave the deck like the deck like this for now, and I want to know what you guys think about it. This is the version I think more people are playing. It's something closer to this. Let me call this we'll call this one with a Y at the end. I'll save this one. Whereas the version that I'm more interested in fact, hang on, one more thing I want to say is maybe we drop 1 Borsalino here and go up 1 Doll. Whoops, I accidentally double-clicked. That's probably closer to what... This is probably closer to what most people are running right now on the sim. And it might be the better version of the deck. It deals way more with power reduction. Oh, almost forgot to read what this card does. 4-cost, 1,000 power, 1K counter. Doll is a blocker. It is Navy searchable, and it has... You may trash 1 card from your hand. If your leader has the Navy type, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 6,000 power during the turn. That is an on-play effect. But I will say this. I actually messed around with a version very similar to what we're seeing right here, and I did not like it as much as I liked the other version I just showed off. So this one's saved. I'll show you guys the other version I was playing that I showed off in the video today. It looked more like this is the deck here, and I was a big fan of still running this Kuzan and this Sakazuki to kind of just eat the board up. And from here, if I continue on this path with the deck, like I said, I think these two Borsalinos just become these two Borsalinos right away. And because I don't really care as much about power reduction, I'm going to go down one Hibari and go up one of these Kuzans, the 4-cost Kuzan. And I think there were a few other ideas I had, right? Oh, that's right. I was going to take out, well, at this rate, actually, I could probably take down two of, hang on, I just got an idea. I probably can take out all of these to go up the 1-cost, just kind of talking to myself. Y'all bear with me. Maybe we drop down 2 of these X-Drakes. I don't think we'll need them as much. We'll go up the T-Bones, and then we'll go up 4 Surus. And this is probably closer to the direction I want to take this list going forward. I feel like I'm missing a card. I think I did add one more card. I just can't remember. But whatever the case is, this feels pretty strong here. I think it does have some potential. But we'll have to mess with this more later. All right, I'm done, guys. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. This was a very, very fun leader to play. Just like with Blue Yellow Nami, let me say this, guys. Just like with Blue Yellow Nami, I did struggle a little bit against Blurple Luffy. Understand that. One thing I forgot to mention in yesterday's video was like my win-loss ratio with Nami. I was doing very well against all the other leaders, like Red Black Koby, Purple Katakuri, both green leaders, and even, well, and that was it, right? I didn't do any mirror matches. But against Blurple Luffy, it was rough. It was a struggle yesterday for Blue Yellow Nami. Well, there's, you know, same thing here. Same with this deck. Guys, I was definitely struggling quite a bit with this leader into Blurple Luffy with whatever version I tried. I tried versions I saw online, and then I eventually had to come up with this version just so I could beat Blurple Luffy. And you guys saw that game. It was a little too close for comfort. So we'll have to mess with this more later, but I am really favoring this idea more, I think, with the Navy package. Yes, I know people will probably be disappointed because, you know, the entire idea behind this is attacking into active characters and power manipulation. A lot of people want to get away from the cost reduction and the cost-based removal in Navy. But hear me out. If it works, it works, right? That's the thing. If it works, it works. And the thing about Sakazuki and the thing about cost-based reduction, even like T-Bone, whatever, it's just hard removal. I don't have to worry about them countering out to save their character or blocking to save their character. I just play this out and their character's gone now, right? Unless they have some type of prevention effect. I just play this out and then their character's not a problem for me anymore. So I think going a hybrid version, let me summarize with this. I think going a hybrid version for this list will be the way to go in the future. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. This is probably the next direction I'm going to go with the list right here. Something along these lines. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. Now, one more thing I want to say is if you want to see me playing this deck tonight on stream, we will be messing around with Red Black Koby and Purple Katakuri for OP11. On the stream, we'll be messing around with these two leaders in these two decks, or those two, you know, this leader and Purple Katakuri. We'll be messing around with those on the sim tonight on the stream. So if you want to see some more action like that, and in that list, guys, I will be going more of the traditional, or well, you know, the more standard lists people are messing around with, where they're going for more of the attack the board, attacking the active characters with the sword stuff. Okay. All right, I'm done, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Let me get the outro page on here. Hey, for anybody who's supporting this channel, guys, whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, using my TCG player affiliate link, whether you're supporting me through Patreon, PayPal, donations, buying the playmats, YouTube, becoming a YouTube member, hopping on the Discord and being a part of that community, I really appreciate it no matter what you're doing to help me out. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those in the comment section below. And yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.